That was shown at the Game Awards in 2019. So it's a long time coming. It's supposed to come in 2024. I don't know. Release date tonight?
Yes. I think Hellblade 2 is the Q1 game for 2024. I think that Stalker 2 is mid-2024, if not late. And then I think we're going to get some surprises. You got to remember, Xbox also has the Activision library in their back pocket right now. Sure, the FTC is appealing right now, but they could announce all of these games that also have been updated, like the Call of Duties, the older Call of Duties on the 360 platform to function again. Just that doesn't happen for no reason. And Sarah Bond's tweeting out like the 360 logo, so I think they're up to something.
Well, what's your guess? Put on your detective cap. What's your guess?
I think next year they're going to announce tonight that there's going to be a large addition to the Xbox Game Pass library in the form of old Activision titles.
That'd be critical. I mean, Hellblade 2, that's my biggest Xbox exclusive coming in the near future. Like, I cannot wait for this game. I loved playing the first one. It's just so cerebral. There's the sound effects when you have the headphones on, playing in the dark. It's crazy. It's a great experience, and I think that Hellblade 2 is going to top it in every way. Just from this first trailer, you can see that they've been spending the time, and I can't wait to see a little bit more on this one.
What you got?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think we're going to see Hellblade 2 tonight. It really fits with the actual time frame, and now is a good time to get a lot more gameplay at this one. So yeah, I think we're going to be seeing Xbox in a big way.
I want to be convinced. At the time of this trailer, they said this was gameplay, so I'd like to be convinced of that. It's a very cool trailer, but it's also very cinematic, and I don't see gameplay to my eye. But if they can convince me of that, I would appreciate it. What about Avowed? That's another Xbox game supposed to come next year. I could see it being a summer release. We got a big gameplay reveal of that last summer, but not everyone was instantly won over by that.
Yeah, Avowed is an interesting one because Obsidian's been working on it for a little while. It's clearly undergone some very sizable changes behind the scenes. It was originally supposed to be maybe closer to Skyrim, and now it's maybe closer to Outer Worlds as Obsidian has pared down the scale a bit. So it's hard to get a bead on how development is going, actually. I do think that it'll be coming out next year. Could slip, but I would say probably more of a fall release.
I think they confirmed it's for 2024. Don't quote me on that. I guess we'll find out tonight.
Oh, you don't see me? You just see the video? Oh, okay.
But I think the reason the aesthetic changed was because, as we found out in those leaked court documents, Oblivion is being remade also.
Nice. Like, cool.
So I think Oblivion is the look that they want to have that's more like Elder Scrolls, obviously, because it's that company. And they wanted to differentiate Avowed, so that's why we have this different aesthetic from the teaser trailer. And I'm excited about that, honestly.
I would love to see Avowed next year, but I think it's a 2025 release. I don't think we're going to see it next year.
Well, okay, Destin, do you think in 2024 having Hellblade 2 and Stalker 2 would be enough for Xbox?
No, they're going to have more than that, of course.
Well,
they've also teased Fable. So they got that.
Yeah, but I just don't think it's coming in 2024 is all.
The Starfield expansion is also slated, a Shattered thing.
All right, stick around.
IGN Live is presented by the Xfinity 10G Network. Get a game-changing connection today for a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The future starts now.
IGN has the most thorough, easy-to-use, and high-tech maps out there. Period. And by high-tech, we mean it. We've recently added features like personal notes that save to your IGN account and a region selection tool that lets you cruise around the biggest maps with ease. IGN maps load faster with more markers than ever and are built for your phone as your constant companion to the biggest games. So start checking off markers for the games you are playing for free at IGN Maps today.
IGN Playlist is the best way to track your game collection. Now you can even import your entire Steam library to Playlist, making it easier than ever to review games, show off your collection of the world, and finally chip away at that massive backlog you keep meaning to get to. IGN Playlist, check it out.
Strategy Guide 100 you by experts.
Welcome back to IGN's countdown to the 2023 Game Awards. In just a bit, the show will begin. We're expecting looks at some games we've never seen before. In a minute, we're going to chat about the Game of the Year nominees, but first, a quick plug. Our friends over at Humble Bundle are running a promotion all week long called the Best of Humble Bundle event. You can get a bunch, or a bundle, of great games for super cheap right now. Each bundle only lasts 48 hours before it's gone for good, so head to humblebundle.com and get yourself something good. You've earned it. You've been very nice this year. Okay, let's talk about the Game of the Year nominees over the Game Awards. The nominees are Alan Wake 2, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And we talk about a lot of these games over here as we're settling on our own Game of the Year nominees this year. So I think the favored winner is Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, but there's also Baldur's Gate 3 that has a big contingency behind it too. I don't know, Kat, what do you think? What do you think is going to win tonight, actually?
I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win.
Really?
And it has a lot of momentum behind it. There's a lot of forgive me. I think Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. I got to hang out with several of the Larian Studios developers today, just kind of geek out a little bit, talk to them, and they're feeling so great as well. And Baldur's Gate 3 is just in the zeitgeist. Everybody's talking about it in a way that maybe they're not talking about Tears of the Kingdom, which came out a while ago. I mean, I personally favor Tears of the Kingdom over Baldur's Gate 3, but only a smidge. I would not be mad at all at Baldur's Gate 3.
Justin and Jenna, you both would pick Baldur's Gate 3 yourselves, is that right?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate is my pick. I'm a huge D&D person, so for me it just really scratched that itch for everything I wanted out of a massive RPG with great storytelling and characters. And it's one of those games where I was playing multiple playthroughs at the same time with different people, and it was different every time.
You don't have the video no more?
So it's one of those great experiences. Like, yes, Tears of the Kingdom also kind of did that asynchronously with other people and sharing oh, did you find this? Did you find that? When did you go to the depths? All these really cool stuff. And I'm in the opposite boat, Kat. I'm not going to be upset if Tears of the Kingdom wins. But I really do hope that Baldur's Gate 3 gets its flowers tonight because the Larian, they deserve it.
That's where you come down.
One Baldur's Gate 3 win. I think it's really special. I think what Larian Grant Baldur's Gate 3 storytelling itch that has been a void in my gaming since Mass Effect. It hasn't really hit it, right? So here comes Baldur's Gate 3. It just has this phenomenal storytelling. The voice acted characters and the animation of the characters that you're interacting with, you never really feel like you know what's going to happen. People that played even just the beginning, when you take the evil option with the squirrel and you kick it and it's just a big bloody mess, there's just tons of moments like that in the game. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was absolutely phenomenal. There's tweets from me, just I can't believe the physics of the glider when you go down for the first time. But I think Baldur's Gate 3 should take it, and I hope they win.
Making the case for Tears of the Kingdom, I think the thing that stands out to me is Baldur's Gate 3 is an amazing game, but it's built on a lot of the conventional platforms of RPGs going back a long way. Don't get me wrong, incredible, very special execution, maybe the best RPG ever. To me is Tears of the Kingdom, the experimentation, the boldness of it. I've just not really played a game like it, really. The way that you can build vehicles to solve problems in a really free-form way. Going up into the clouds, exploring depths was fan-freaking-tastic. And they did all of this on the Nintendo Switch?
No.
Yeah.
Can you believe the Nintendo Switch?
That is some black magic there, for sure.
I'm gonna mute my mic once the live stream starts.
Tears of the Kingdom has moments of the year that I've experienced, like the quest to get the Master Sword, and then I forget the name of the quest that takes you down to the southeast and then all the way up to the top where you find the ancient Zonai device that points the laser down in the depths, and then you have to go down in the depths and find something else. It's just I felt like I went on such a quest. But I'm also currently 40 hours into Baldur's Gate 3 and just started Act 2 of that, and I'm loving that as well. So I don't know. I'm still kind of parsing all that out in my head as well.
Yeah, one of the other ones I definitely want to, that could be a dark horse today, is Alan Wake 2.
Right.
That game is phenomenal. The storytelling, the narrative is probably by far my favorite story and narrative of the year. I love Baldur's Gate, I love all the dialogue, I love all the story and everything we're getting with it. But Alan Wake 2, after I finished that game, I was like, what do I play after this game? there was I really connected with the story, the characters, the world, just everything was great about this game. And so I really hope that it at least wins for some of the other categories. If it doesn't win for Game of the Year, but I could see with how recent it is that it could work to its advantage or disadvantage, because either it's top of mind for people or people just didn't get to it. So, but I really hope Alan Wake 2 gets some flowers tonight.
Yeah, I loved Alan Wake 2 as well. One of the most visually impressive games of the year. Also a very clever game. Early on there's a live action television segment that's super clever and meta, and I loved it. Justin, did you play it too?
I think that's Riven the 2.
Okay then.
It's my Epic Games account.
I
I still need to play it. Yeah, yes, it's Epic.
Well,
So that
there's
might-
another
so that
nominee
might be
here
on
that
top
you
of the
had some feelings on. Maybe it shouldn't have even been nominated, and that was the Resident Evil 4 remake.
I'm upset about Resident Evil 4 remake being in the Game of the Year
You're
category.
upset?
Yeah, I think it's a remake. It's built on a game that existed. I think it should have its own category for remakes at this point. And there's a lot of games that didn't get considered because it's underdog. Final Fantasy is one of the first ones that jumps into my mind.
I put Final Fantasy 16 in Game of the Year.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I would. It's weird to have a remake on a Game of the Year list because there are a lot of other games that just don't get that shot now.
Yeah, but I mean, so what about Tears of the Kingdom? That's based on the same map from Breath of the Wild.
But it's a whole new, they drastically changed the technology that is utilized in the game.
I like
It's
that
not
you said that.
the same.
Ready up.
Over time. It's been very quiet on the PlayStation front, especially since after the release of Spider-Man 2, we don't really know what PlayStation has in store, other than that they have a Wolverine game coming at some point. There's not really anything else officially announced.
Yeah, we know more about the TV shows and movies and stuff that Sony is working on right now than their games, which,
yeah, I
that's
did saw
fine.
that.
Like, they've had some really good series that have come out. Last of Us this year is one of the best TV shows for sure. I think we might see some Spider-Man 2 updates tonight. I think we might get potentially a tease about the DLC. I think there is a good chance that they might release the New Game Plus and Mission Replay that they talked about. They said that was supposed to drop before the end of the year. We're basically there. Is working on. We've also got a
Fest last summer on Jeff's stage. Have an inkling of anything PlayStation-wise we might see tonight?
I think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be the star of the show for PlayStation. Beyond that, I think that they're kind of reloading a little bit. I mean, there are definitely rumors of first-party PlayStation games that are under development. Maybe seeing early next year, say during the State of Play. But I don't think PlayStation's ready or really wanting to reveal anything particularly big on a platform that is not theirs, much like Nintendo on mostly. So I think that it will be mostly third-party exclusives that we might see for PlayStation rather than first-party.
We find ourselves in a weird position, Destin, where PlayStation is traditionally known as the place for the exclusives, and Xbox is known for having games. Not my words; that's the internet's word. Xbox has, but Xbox has so many games announced in the pipeline and so few. Are you surprised to find ourselves in this position?
I'm very curious what Sony is going to have next year in terms of first-party games on the platform. Wolverine is in development, and what else? There were rumors of an infamous remake from the ground up. There's The Last of Us Part 2 game that is being...
we have that dropping. That's dropping in January.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Yes.
That would be wonderful.
Heavily rumored, and I would expect to be announced early next year, probably.
So it's been 3 years since that release, I believe.
Yeah.
Spider-Man content. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to get some Spider-Man. There's a lot of side missions that really heavily lean into a couple characters I won't talk about because I don't want to spoil. For those who haven't gotten a PS5 before Christmas yet.
More Venom.
Yeah, more Venom. That would definitely be Venom for sure. And I think that people want more Venom if you can, even for the people who are doing the exploits to play as Venom. So
18 more inches of Venom. We're just about 60 seconds away from handing you over. Any sort of pie in the sky, hopes, dreams? When I think back at previous Game Awards, I've been very cruelly teased with announcements like Perfect Dark, and then it just evaporated into nothing and never came back. There was that Wonder Woman game from Monolith that was teased. Haven't heard anything about that since then. Destin, anything that you hope
something new from Xbox. Definitely, like a new IP. I always love it when they tease us with something new. I think the Fable announcement was great. And then I guess Path of Exile 2.
All right, I have to cut this all off there. We're actually going to wrap it up and hand it over to the Game Awards. It is time. Looks like the opening act is about to begin. Be sure to stick around after the awards for IGN's post show, and we will see you on the other side.
Oh, hi! It's me, Sydney Goodman, here to greet you all at what I consider to be my favorite holiday of the season, the 2023 Game Awards. And just as our Game Awards opening act is as full of excitement and celebration as the big event. Tonight, the Game Awards will celebrate the best in gaming from the past year, and we've got more than a dozen new game announcements. Plus, the old gods of Asgard are here from Alan Wake 2. They take the stage for the first time ever. It is truly magical here, live at the theater for gaming's biggest night. We are streaming around the world to get millions of gamers and fans and getting you all stoked for our big show. But before that, it's time to get cozy with our very first world premiere of the night. Yes, let's hear it. It comes from a creator who has already claimed Game of the Year in the past here at TGA, but this time we're going back to the title that started all for him a decade. Here's the first ever look at a beautiful remake of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, originally created by director Joseph Fares.
Now I know, that's why, but I got it sideways. So I'm not understanding. I don't know, I don't understand why I did that. Brothers?
Incredible, and how perfect that right after the world premiere of Brothers, we have the award for Best Family Game. These are the games that bring families together or tear them apart, depending on how dirty you play. And the nominees are Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
They're gonna be Super Mario.
And the Game Award goes to Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Thank you so much for this award. This is shared with all the teams at Nintendo that worked on
Super Mario Bros. Wonder 1.
In my experience, the team really tried to develop a game that allowed people to work together, to play together, whether it was friends or it was family. And for me, my personal experiences, nothing brings a family together more than trying to rescue an empire, a kingdom in distress from the evil likes of Bowser. Whether you're playing as Elephant Mario, Peach, Yoshi, or Nabbit, this game goes to everyone who created such a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Congratulations, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And now I have a little treat for all of you. 3 world premieres in a row. What? First up is the next game from Daniel Mullins, the creator of the TGA-nominated independent game